Good morning, guys. My name is Phil. Welcome back to Miranda Detailing. In today's episode, we have this brand new Ford Raptor in for our new car prep and Gtechniq Crystal Serum Ultra coating. So the Raptor was brought in last night and it is the morning. Nope, don't want to say that at all. So what does our new car prep involve? Well, basically it is washing, deconning, polishing, and then coating all of the exterior surfaces. The customer also opted in for the interior protection service. So we're going to protect all the plastics and the carpet on the inside as well. But for the outside, the vehicle is brand new. So once we wash it and decon it, we'll pull it in. We'll see what type of defects we're dealing with and see how much we have to polish out. And then we're going to coat it with Crystal Serum Ultra. If you're enjoying videos like this, and I hope you are, consider subscribing and clicking that bell so you don't miss stuff. And if you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. And if you're interested in any of the products, they will be linked down below as well. Let's take a look at the Raptor. As we can see, it's pretty dirty. We have some bugs, we have some water spots to deal with. I don't think anything too crazy or permanent. We do have these fenders here that are a matte finish. We're not going to polish those. No need to do that, of course. Same with the bumper here. That is a satin finish. We do not polish those. All we're polishing is the paint and probably the windshield to put the coating on the windshield. But all the plastics, the textured plastic, will receive its own coating. And this you can put Crystal Serum Ultra right over. It's okay to put over vinyl, matte, or satin finishes like that. No problem at all. It goes right over it. But this does have a lot of other rubber and plastic that needs its own coatings. We'll definitely use the C4 from Gtechniq on that. The bottom step plate here we don't have to worry about at all. We just clean it. And then the interior is really cool. It's all digital, huge screens in here. But this will all be cleaned out. It's really not too bad. It's kind of interesting. Got this little velour-y type of fabric here in the side bolsters and the front here. But all the carpet will be cleaned and all the plastics and leather will be coated. Oh, this is interesting. It's not a fabric. It is some sort of a weird rubberized material. That's kind of nice looking, actually. Oh, hi. We also have some rubber mats to deal with, so we're going to use the McKee's rubber cleaner and rejuvenator on those. So let's get started with our usual cleaning process. Actually, we're going to use some cleaners, some bug cleaners here for these bugs to strip them off. Yeah, you could APC rinse them, but since I have some bug eliminator from DP, I'm going to use that. Here we go. We have some bug eliminator. Take free. Take free? That's right. The number free. All right, here we go. We have some bug eliminator. It's about half full, so we'll use that. We have the McKee's for the rubber floor mats. Buckets are filled. We have citrus foam in the foam cannon. Let's get all this stuff set and ready. So we have a new IK spray bottle. This came in the December glove box detail. And we also got a little 16-ounce bottle of Extra Tough that also came in the glove box detail. So what I'm going to do is dilute this 1 to 4 in here. This is going to be for heavy duty cleaning. And what I'm going to do is about half of this in the 32-ounce bottle. There we go. And now we have a nice heavy duty cleaner. This is going to be for exterior only. So we can use this on the tires. We can use it as an APC rinse, but I'm going to use it primarily for the tires. Oh, we can use it for the door jambs also. And we also got a nice brush that we're going to use. Actually, I'm probably not going to use this on the face of the wheels because some wheels are a little delicate. I'll use this for the tires. GoPro, start recording. So the tires are pretty grungy, so Extra Tough should really clean that up nicely. And the vehicle itself, yeah, it's pretty dirty. Rewashing is always important. Get all that junk off first before you contact wash. Now we are using an APC on the tires to clean them first. You know, kind of like a rinse off type of clean. Wait, before you do that, use the bug eliminator on the bumper. So the bug eliminator did a great job of softening and removing the bugs without agitation, which is pretty cool. They're fresh enough to do that. Sometimes you need some agitation with a little bug sponge, but in this instance, it did a really good job. Might be a little bit of residue right there, but the next cleaning phase, we'll get the rest of it. I do like the way that stuff smells. I mean, it's supposed to be less caustic. Well, you're not supposed to breathe it in. Goodness.
I guess I did, didn't I?
Goodness gracious. Oh, nice. The whole top is a sunroof. Oh, paint doesn't feel too bad. Man, there's a lot of plastic on this thing. Just like blast. No, oh, son. GoPro, turn off. The Raptor is now clean and deconned. The paint is feeling nice and smooth. And as far as defects goes, There's a little bit of light swirling and light scratching here and there, but really it's not too bad. You can see in the sun, yeah, it's not too bad at all. So it is a black metallic. It has a little bit of pearl in it, which is really nice. I love that. But it does have a lot of plastic. All this plastic will have to be treated. It'll be coated, but it takes a long time to blow out and dry and all of that. So the grill here, same thing, a lot to blow dry. But make sure that you blow dry everything. We have to, because once you start polishing, it vibrates the panels, water comes out. It can just be a mess. So we have to make sure that all of the water is dried up. The wheel and tire cleaner, we used the extra tough diluted 1:4. It worked really well. We're gonna start on the interior and get it done really quick, and then we'll pull it in and start polishing. It does have a little bit of dog hair. That shouldn't be too bad though. That'll come out pretty easily. We have plenty of tools to clean dog hair and to remove it, but I didn't take this out and clean it just because it's so big. I'm gonna clean it in here, so not a big deal. We can always just steam it or, you know, use chemical and wipe it all down and clean it. And then we'll show you what we're going to do to protect everything on the inside. So with the Raptor pulled in, let's take a look at the paint. We just finished the interior cleaning, and we're going to use the protection later on. That'll be at the end of the detail. But let's look at the paint. And already I spotted a few things. You can see here with the overhead lights that the paint isn't in horrible shape. It's got little defects here and there, which really should come out. Just take our handheld light. If we look, yeah, see right there? There's probably a denibbing spot. Looks like they wet sanded and polished, but didn't really fully polish it out and refine it perfectly. The condition of the paint, I mean, look at it. It's not too bad. You can see a little bit of swiping just, you know, from the drying. So once we start to polish it, you'll see some before and afters. Not too bad. Just a little bit of swiping marks from drying. Yeah, not too bad. A little bit of marring here and there. Swipe marks, love marks. Yeah, something. Oh, there's a scratch there. Let's see if we can diminish that, make that look a little bit better. That's just residue. Nope, that's just residue. Oh, this side actually looks better. A little mark there. Could be residue. Yeah, that's just residue. That'll come out. Light scratch there. Oh, that's just water coming out of the doors. Yeah, we wipe that down before we polish it. Not a big deal. Let's pick a combo here and see what works. Oh, whoops. Up there where the battery is. The batteries are up there.
Tasty.
Ah. Oh. Ah. All right. So before, it's not horrible, but oh, yeah, much better. Just a little bit of increase in gloss and clarity. Oh yeah. You can see the reflection here. A little blurry, becomes a little sharper. Good. We're going to use the yellow Rupes pad. And we're using some of the fine cut here from Rupes, their DA fine. It works exceptionally well. Really, really nice stuff. What we're going to do is, even though this works, what you have to do is a panel wipe after. I know. And some people are totally fine with that. To make things easier, to skip a step, and to be more efficient, let's switch over to the NSP 45. If we need to bump it up to the 95, we can. This is their medium cut. This is their fine cut, and we have been using this for a long time, and it is really good stuff. A little bit of a learning curve because of the way that it kind of sometimes rehazes on the paint. The wipe off is a little weird, but the payoff is no panel wipe down, and when you apply the coating, any of the little weird hazing from this stuff or the residue goes away completely, and it actually is supposed to help any coating bond better. We're going to use this for the rest of the vehicle. Even though that's turning out really good, we have to do a panel wipe after, just an extra step, so we can eliminate that. Not saying this is bad. This actually works exceptionally well too. So it's just, what do you choose? You know, you can choose for yourself what you like. Now we're also taping these edges because I don't want to bump up against these at all. These are the satin finish painted areas. Same with the bumper here. Don't have to worry about here. We have a nice big lip here. So we're going to be really careful with that. We don't want to polish into this, so we'll do a little taping of that. Now the plastic I'm not too concerned about because even the NSP polish doesn't do anything with the plastic. If you just bump up against it a little bit, it's okay. It doesn't ruin anything, doesn't, turn white or anything like that. But this stuff is different. So we are going to take precautions and tape this. All right, so we just switched over to the NSP45. Here's before, here's after. So the clarity is there, but you can see a little bit of the residue. See right there? It's just the residue from the towel. Spreading the product out, and the product doesn't want to wipe up 100%, but it's okay. Don't worry about it, because you can coat right over this, and there are no detrimental effects to the coating. So don't worry about it. So here's something interesting that we're testing out. Someone actually mentioned that the NSP 95, which is the medium cut Dr. Beasley's polish, doesn't haze or doesn't have that film that comes back. So I just used it on this section here. The 95 we used here, the 45 we used here, and the hazing isn't quite showing up here. You can see a little bit of the residue, and what I mean by hazing is more like a film kind of returning, which is sometimes it does happen. But all you see here is the residue, and here you can barely see it. Maybe it's more reflection than anything. You can barely see the residue, but I'm not seeing any of the hazing return. I'm going to use it also on the pillars, but what I am seeing is just a little bit of the residue, the same type of thing, just the residue there you can see. But I mean, it did a really good job. And that residue there, you can't see that with the naked eye at all. It's coming up on the camera, but you can't see it at all with the naked eye. So yeah, it's just kind of weird. The camera brings out a lot more, so it can be a little deceiving. But we'll try it down this side of the vehicle and on the pillars. So I think we may have found our new favorite pads. These are the Rupes yellow pads, and they are awesome. You know how we like the Lake Country Orange, and those are just very affordable pads. We've been using them for a long time, and they're actually really hardy too. We've had some for quite a few years, and they still are in really good shape, really good condition. The Velcro backing on them is not peeling away at all. So that's why I like those Lake Country Orange pads, the regular flat ones. They're really good. But I have to say, the DA yellow pads from Rupes are pretty impressive. They work really well with the NSP polishes. And on this paint really wasn't too bad anyway. Not a ton of before and afters, nothing dramatic at all on this paint. But it looks fantastic. The gloss is amazing. The pads seem to cut and finish really well. So they do remind me of the Orange Lake Country pads, maybe just a little bit better, but they are also a little bit more pricey. If you want nicer pads, I have to say the Rupes Yellow are definitely nicer than the Lake Country Orange, but the Lake Country Orange are more affordable. So you can determine for yourself what pads you want. I think we're pretty much, oh, we just have the roof. Yeah. All right.
I forgot to finish the sunroof on the inside.
Why couldn't you reach it? Why? I don't understand. Explain. So everything is now polished. We're going to remove that tape. Everything's looking really good. Now, I used NSP 95 down this side here and used it for the pillars. But yeah, see, it still hazes over just a little bit. But again, you know, I'm used to that with the NSP 45. Not a big deal. Leaves like a weird little haze, but it goes away. You just wipe it, coat right over it, and you're good to go. So don't worry if you see a little bit of that residue. And I know it's kind of weird around the light there. You see that? That's actually not on the paint. That's a reflection off of the poster in the back. That is residue. But the other thing you see there is just the poster that I have here. It's like reflecting off of it. So I know it looks a little weird. This is now done. We're going to panel wipe the satin finishes, the wheels, and all the trim. And then we'll coat all of that, and then we'll coat the paint. Now with Crystal Serum Ultra, I'm using 3 towels. The final wipe towel is really to ensure that everything is wiped off perfectly. And also going all the way up to the edges and around the perimeter and going over the perimeter to make sure that everything is removed. Crystal Serum Ultra is a strong professional only coating and you don't want to have high spots with it because it's going to take some time to remove. So just having 3 towels will really help with the removal process. And we're going right over the satin finish with Crystal Serum Ultra also. It works great. All right, looking good. Really take your time with this coating. So you can see close up here, this is where we're going into, where the residue from the Dr. Beasley's polishes is. And after you wipe it, clear. Perfectly clear, in fact. Yeah, it looks incredible. So don't worry about that residue. It goes away once you coat it. That's it, close up. Awesome. The Raptor is now finished. The coating is looking so good on here. It is very much like Crystal Serum Light, but you definitely have to be careful with wiping. You gotta make sure to have at least 3 towels and go over and over the areas and really go around double and triple and quadruple checking all the edges. We find little spots here and there that we have to keep wiping or reapply a little bit and then wipe it. But yeah, it is a pretty awesome coating. So this thing is done. All the trim in the wheels, tires are done, the glass is done. We just have to do a little bit of the interior. We're going to use, for protection on the interior, use up some of the Naziol products that we have. We have the Cabin Care. Actually, this is for fabric, so we'll use this on the carpets. We're going to use this on all the plastics. Or we've actually used this, the Leather Boost, on pretty much all of the plastic interiors and leather interiors because it's all a coated type of plastic anyway. You can use one product for everything. It's totally fine. We did that the other day and it worked really great. So we use those for all of the interior. But yeah, it is looking so good. Now, as far as the tonneau cover goes, he's going to replace this because that's not what he wanted. We've tried coating this. You can coat this, but it is a type of metal paint, you know, a painted metal. So it's not like clear coat, it's not like plastic. I've coated this before, but it does not react well to coatings. So what I usually do is just do some sort of a spray coating on here, and it's totally fine. It's almost like a powder coated type of material, and the coatings just don't like it. The towels don't like it because it's textured. So yeah, it's not like the plastic here. It doesn't really absorb it, so it kind of streaks. I don't like the way it applies on that. But everything else, the matte finishes here, we used Crystal Serum Ultra with no problems. It's easy to apply it on the satin finish. So Wifey's going to apply the leather boost to all of the leather in here. And even though we do have little fabric parts, we just stay away from that. But this stuff goes on and then flashes away and then you don't see it at all. It's completely matte, which I like. I like that. I don't like greasy type of products, but this does produce a really nice finish on the leather and it feels really nice when it's done. So that can go on everything, leather, plastics, the center console, everything. And I'm going to do the fabric protection tomorrow. I'll let everything cure and then tomorrow I'll spray all the carpets. Man, it is so glossy.
Black looks so good when it's clean.
It really does. Yep, exactly.